So one of the things that was a powerful experience for me was I went out and I flew out to Mount Rushmore. In the United States, it's a big, massive monument that is carved in the side of a mountain. And there are a couple of things about this. Every time you see a picture of Mount Rushmore, it's generally from the visitor center, which is at the bottom, and the monument looks huge. It looks like it is more massive than anything. And when you get in the air and you take a look at it from the air, you realize that it's really not as huge as you think it is. It's really big. I mean, 6 stories tall is pretty big, but it isn't as big as the mountain range that it's on. So the faces, as they're called locally, are really just carved on the side of a mountain. So sometimes the perspective of how big things are can change the way you feel about them. So the first thing is you can design things too large. You can think about them from, we've got all these records and we have to deal with every little detail, and we have all these multi-step approval processes and the documents that we're doing. We want to require that when people work on documents, they check them out, and you put in all these metadata fields, and several of them are required, and all of that work makes it too heavy, and so people don't put anything in it. It's got poor putability. Then that is a design, an architecture that is great for super huge, but it doesn't work very well on the collaboration side of things, and it's difficult for people to get enthused about. Now, on the other side is ad hoc. We just throw it in one big folder, and we don't bother with metadata fields, and we don't require any data. It's okay. We don't worry about document destruction, so we don't think about, well, what's the life cycle of these documents? Well, they have to be kept for 3 years, and how does that fit? And that generates poor findability. You don't spend any time on filing, and so there's nothing to be locating things with. So there's a balance that you have to strike when you're building your information architecture so that you capture enough that you can make navigation and search work, you can drive the engine, and it's got to be small enough that people will put stuff in it. So it's a balance that hopefully you can find.